Hello, hi everyone. This is Sandhya. I'm your botany lecturer. In this video, I'm going to teach about the fruit. Fruit is a characteristic feature of the angiosperms or the flowering plants. The fruit is formed from the mature ripened ovary after the fertilization. The fruit is a characteristic feature of the flowering plants we have discussed. So after the fertilization, the ovary mainly it is a ripened mature ovary is nothing but the fruit. Then sometimes what happens without fertilization fertilization in the sense the fusion of male and female gametes is called as fertilization. Without fertilization also the fruit is developed. Such type of fruits is called as parthenocarpic fruits, or the process is called as parthenocarpy. The fruits are called as parthenocarpic fruits. Very good example is banana, where the fruits are developed without fertilization. But generally, the fruits are developed from the ovary after fertilization. They are the mature, ripened ovaries. The fruit wall is divided into three parts. The fruit wall is called as pericarp. The outermost layer is called as epicarp. Inner to epicarp is mesocarp. Then the innermost part of the pericarp is endocarp. Okay, the fruit wall is called as pericarp. The pericarp is divided into three layers: epicarp, mesocarp and endocarp. Epicarp is the outermost layer, mesocarp is the middle one just below the epicarp. Then the innermost layer is the endocarp. Then based on this fruit wall, based on the fruit walls, the fruits are based on the pericarp. The fruits are divided into fleshy fruits and dry fruits. But before that, in some plants the fruits are developed other than the ovary. If the fruit is developing from the ovary, such type of fruit is called as true fruit. If the fruit is developing other than the ovary, such type of fruits are called as false fruits. For example, apple. Apple is a false fruit. So whatever edible part which we are eating is not the ovary, it is the thalamus. The thalamus develops into the false fruit. So other than the ovary is false fruit. If the ovary develops into a fruit, it is called as true fruit. Then here, these true fruits based on the pericarp, they are divided into two types: fleshy fruits and dry fruits. Fleshy fruits and dry fruits. If the pericarp, there is epicarp, mesocarp, endocarp, are fleshy and pulpy, such type of fruits are called as fleshy fruits. Dry fruits are those fruits where we cannot differentiate them into epicarp, mesocarp and endocarp. They are indivisible. The pericarp layer is indivisible. Okay, so this fleshy fruit is divided into again berry, hesperidium, drupe, pepper and pome. These are the 5 types of fleshy fruits. Then coming on to berry. Berry is a fleshy fruit. Which develops from the multicarpellary Syncarpus gynoecium. It develops from multicarpellary. Multicarpellary means more than one they are present. Syncarpus means all the carpels are fused. So multicarpellary Syncarpus gynoecium, the berry fruit is going to develop. Very good example of berries is nothing but tomato, guava, grapes are the examples of berries. Here the epicarp is somewhat membranous, thin layer is present. Mesocarp and endocarp are fused together. The mesocarp and endocarp are fused together and the seeds are hard. The seeds are hard. The mesocarp and endocarp are fused together. Fused together, this is the berry. Coming on to the Hesperidium. Hesperidium, very good example of Hesperidium is Citrus limon. That is citrus fruits. Citrus fruits. This Hesperidium fruit is going to develop from the multicarpellary syncarpous multilocular superior ovary. Multicarpellary syncarpous multilocular superior ovary. Superior ovary, and here the outermost epicarp forms as a rind, and it is membranous, and it is having membranous glands. Volatile oils are present inside the rind. Then mesocarp is somewhat papery. Mesocarp is papery. Mesocarp is papery or papery. Then endocarp and endocarp is there. Then endocarp is having the juicy hairs. So in citrus, the placental hairs are the juicy parts, edible part of citrus. So this is the citrus, no? This multicarpellary syncarpous multilocular ovary. So here the juicy hairs are present. So these juicy hairs are nothing but the placental hairs, which are the edible part. Edible part. Okay. Epicarp is rind. It is having the volatile oils. Mesocarp is papery. Endocarp is somewhat fused and it bears the juicy hairs. These juicy hairs are the placenta hairs, which are the edible part of the citrus plant. Citrus. Then drupe. Drupe. Examples of drupe fruit are two main important examples: mango and coconut. Mango and coconut. Mangifera indica is mango. Cocos nucifera is coconut. So this is nothing but the drupe fruit. This drupe fruit develops from monocarpellary superior ovaries. Monocarpellary superior ovaries. So in mango, if you take mango, it is single seeded. The membranous epicarp will be present. It is having single seeded. This is epicarp membranous, and the mesocarp and endocarp are fused together. That is the pulpy portion, juicy portion. Then it is having one seed. This is the seed. This is the mesocarp. Mesocarp plus endocarp, both. So here the mesocarp and endocarp are pulpy and juicy. That is the edible portion. Edible portion. And here the endocarp, inside the endocarp the seed is present. Inside the endocarp the seed is present, and the endocarp is stony. The endocarp is stony in mango. It's stony in mango and bears the seed. Coming on to coconut. If you take coconut like this, okay, this is epicarp. Inside that one, the stony endocarp will be present. So whatever coconut we use, the brown one is the endocarp. This is endocarp. This is epicarp. The mesocarp is fibrous. The endocarp is stony. Endocarp is stony. Then the water which is present inside the coconut endocarp, that is the endosperm. The water is the liquid endosperm. The white portion is the solid endosperm, where when the drupe fruit, when the coconut gets matured, the water gets transformed into that white color portion. So endosperm, that water is nothing but the endosperm. Endosperm is nothing but the nutritive tissue of the seed or the fruit. Seed. Endosperm. That is about the drupe. Coming on to the petal. Pepper is a fruit which we can see in the cucumber. So cucumber is going to develop from tricarpellary unilocular inferior ovary. And here the epicarp is somewhat ring-shaped, mesocarp is fleshy, endocarp is smooth. Cucumber, kheera. Okay, the epicarp is ring-shaped, then the mesocarp is somewhat pulpy, and here the endocarp is very smooth. That is about pepo. Then coming on to pome. Pome is going to develop from bi or multicarpellary gynoecium. And bi or multicarpellary gynoecium. Very good example of pome is apple. Apple, Pyrus malus is a scientific name. So if we cut the apple, so this edible portion is the thalamus, false fruit. Okay, here the true fruit is going to be present. It is bi or multilocularly ovary, bi multicarpellary gynoecium is present. Then it is having the fleshy thalamus. Endocarp is cartilaginous. Here it is cartilaginous. This is endocarp. True fruit is present, endocarp. This is the true fruit. Then this is the true fruit. This is the false fruit. Boom. Coming on to the dry fruits now. Dry fruits means here the pericarp is indivisible. It cannot be differentiated into epi, meso and endocarp and matter. So here the pericarp is non-fleshy and it is dry. It is divided into dehiscent and indehiscent. Dry fruits are divided into two types. Dehiscent and indehiscent. Dehiscent fruits are those fruits where they are going to break open and release the seeds. Such type of fruits are called as dehiscent dry fruits. Indehiscent, where they don't dehisce, they don't break, but when they degrade, when the fruit degrades, then only the seeds will be released into the environment. Here they break open and release the seeds. Here they do not break open at all. Very good example of dehiscent fruits are nothing but the groundnut and mustard. Groundnut, many are there. Here again the dehiscent fruits are again divided into legume and capsule. Here the fruit is going to break open on the margin and it's going to release the seeds. Okay, such type of fruit is called as legume, which is the characteristic feature of Fabaceae or bean or pea. On the margin, the dehiscence is going to occur. This break open and release the seeds. Capsule, in any direction it is going to release. Suppose datura, very good example is datura. It is going to break open like this and the seeds are going to be released. Capsule, datura, Fabaceae members. Indehiscent fruits are again divided into Caryopsis, nut and Cypsela. Caryopsis, here the pericarp and the seed coat are fused together. The pericarp, the fruit wall and the seed coat, both are fused together. It's a characteristic feature of grasses, rice, etc. Here and then in nut, very good example is cashew nut. Where it is going to develop from multicarpellary syncarpous unilocular ovary. Here the pericarp is stony. See, if we see like this here. This is the false fruit which we are eating. This is the true fruit. This is the pedicel. This is the cashew nut. Example, nut. Here the pericarp is stony. Then in Cypsela, here the peristent calyx will be persistent. Actually, after the formation of the fruit, the calyx and corolla are going to fall off. The stamens are also going to fall off. Only the ovary develops into the fruit. But here in Cypsela fruit, the calyx is going to be present in the fruit. That is called as persistent calyx is called as pappus. pappus. It's a very good example of Cypsela is Tridacus. Cypsela fruit. Tridacus. It is single-seeded fruit. It is single-seeded fruit. Then, apart from these, sometimes what happens, instead of developing into breaking into the fruit ball breaks up and releases the seeds. No, instead of breaking up into seeds, they develop into fruit units. Those fruit units are called as mericarps. So mericarps are present in schizocarpic fruits. Schizocarpic fruits. They are going to develop from the fruits. These fruits are going to break up into single units. Those single units are called as mericarps. It is schizocarpic fruits are present in acacia. Schizocarpic fruits are present in acacia. This is a schizocarpic fruit. These are the seeds, okay? So, in dehiscent, the fruit ball breaks up and releases the seeds. Here, the fruit ball doesn't break up. Here, the fruit is going to break up into single fruit units. So, those fruit units are called as mericarp. Such type of fruits are called as schizocarpic fruits. Sometimes what happens? Apocarpous fruits means multilocular. Syncarpous means fused. No, here multicarpillary. The free carpels, they develop into fruit-like structures. Such type of fruits are called as aggregate fruits. Which are going to develop from multicarpillary apocarpous ovary. Very good example is custard apple. So custard apple is going to develop from a multicarpillary apocarpous fruit. Okay, it is an aggregate fruit. Scientific name of custard apple is Annona squamosa. Sometimes what happens? The inflorescence develops. Inflorescence means bunch of flowers developing on a main axis is inflorescence. So the whole inflorescence develops into the fruit. Such type of fruits are called as composite fruits. Here in this, the very good example is jackfruit. The whole inflorescence develops into the fruit, and whatever in the jackfruit, whatever the fleshy part we are eating, that is nothing but the edible part is the peduncle. Peduncle is the fleshy part. Peduncle is the fleshy part. Jackfruit, then also jackfruit, pineapple. The whole inflorescence develops into the fruit, which are called as composite fruits. Thank you.